I'm ChampChong. It is Friday and it's the first weekend of the year, so let's start it off with this clip of the day.
It's like, yeah, it's like Watch Dogs.
Time's almost up. Our strength has prevailed. Get ready for the next
Did you get a
round.
crossbow kill cam? Oh!
Oh my god! What the
Able!
hell?
Able! Upload that!
G'day guys, welcome to the Friday edition of the show where I report on the latest in gaming news. And since it is the weekend, let's start it the most epic way we can by smacking that like button and getting to a whole new level of awesome. Anyway, now let's jump into the gaming news because, well, that's what we do. And first off on the news today, Major Nelson has done something that he nor Microsoft have ever done before. Yesterday on the Major Nelson website, they put a countdown timer for E3 which begins on June 11, 2013. If you don't know what E3 is, it's basically one of the biggest gaming conventions in the world, and it's also where they tend to reveal a new console. Now the odd thing here is that Microsoft have never done a countdown for E3 in their 15 or 20 year history that they've been going to E3 since like the mid 90s. And with this making headlines, many industry analysts are speculating that this could be the countdown to a new console reveal at E3. So this would most likely mean that at E3 this year we will see Microsoft reveal their new Xbox console at their keynote presentation. And this also means that you should probably start saving your money now, because if they do reveal the console at E3 in 6 months from now, we could see the console about 10 or 11 months from now in stores. And if you don't have your money saved up, it could be a very sad time for you, which means, yeah, you know where I'm going. Sad news. Sad news! What the fuck? Ha! You thought I was gonna bring you some sad news on this amazing Friday? Well, I'm not, because I'm excited for the weekend and why I'm ruling with some sad news, so let's just move on to the big news. Big news! So today on the big news we only have one report, but it's one massive report, kinda like my massive Lancer. You thought I was gonna say cock, didn't you? Anyway, this easily could have been some sad news, but I decided hell no, because this news is just too big to just be the sad news, so I made it the big news. Now this news that I'm talking about is that Sony has filed for a patent for a technology designed to stop pre-owned game sales. This technology tags each disc when it's put into the console, so the system knows if the disc has been in another console. Now this is some pretty big news for the gaming industry, as this patent could be implemented in the next PlayStation, also known as the PlayStation 4. Now sources have said that Sony has definitely filed for this patent, but they might not go through with it. The reason they might not go through with this patent is because the key people at Sony can't really figure out what the best solution is, and they keep clashing on ideas. But on the other side of things, away from Sony, one of the other major stories that comes out of this is that some sad news has come in the way of GameStop and EB Games. As soon as all this news hit earlier today, the stock of their company plummeted as investors knew that a major percentage of their profit comes from used games. So basically, if Sony does implement this and puts it into their next console, we could see the slow death of EB Games and GameStop. And we'd also definitely see the death of other smaller stores that sell used games. If you're wondering, personally I'm against used game sales because it doesn't reward the people that actually make the games. Though I still do totally understand that some people can't afford the price tag of a brand new game, they have to get a used game. But I still stand by my statement that I don't support the sale of used games. But that's why I actually think that Microsoft and Sony should try something different. Maybe something like a games on demand service that's a little bit different to what they have now, because then we'd maybe see games $10 or $20 cheaper than the price of a game on the disc. This would actually make sense, as Sony and Microsoft wouldn't actually have to put production and shipping fees all into the final price of the game, and also retailer wouldn't actually get a cut because they wouldn't exist in an online download. But one key element that has to be put into place on this new games on demand service, if they ever do it, if they're listening to me, is that they have to make the games come out on release day. What I mean is that the game on demand has to come out the same day as the game comes out in the shop, so you get it online or you get it on the disc. Because if you actually take a look at games on demand service right now, what we're getting is 3 weeks later, 4 months later, or something ridiculous like that. So yeah, hopefully we do see something like that in the next Xbox or PlayStation, because it would make sense, because there's people that buy the game for $20 less at the store for used, they could actually save themselves and get it on demand without a disc. That way everybody is happy, because Sony and Microsoft would still make money and we'd get games cheaper. But that's just my thought, and that was the news that I just reported on. Now it's time for your thoughts, because Gorilla Man is here with another question. Thanks, Gorilla Man. Okay guys, the question today is, how do you think Microsoft and Sony should deal with used games? So get creative with your answer, put it down below in the comments section and put it up on the next show. But if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to smack the like button, because I'm ChampChong Max. Just trying to hear the answers to Gorilla Man's previous question.
Closed casket, melodrama, hello mama. It's been a minute since I spoke to my fellow Sama. Without you, I can never even spell Ohana. Your brother tried, I can smell the drama. Lightly pause for a minute, think about him. Have to say fuck him and that I could live without him. I know you meant well, but you didn't see the outcome. You had good intentions, I can never even doubt them. How come you encouraged me to find my father? That fucking piece of shit, I would never even bother. I'm farther from that bitch than a target and revolver. If slaughter is the question, then I'm the problem solver.